Hey guys, Rorius here. Welcome to Penumbra Overture. So, this is actually the father of the Amnesia series. Frictional Games, before they made Amnesia, The Dark Descent, or A Machine for Pigs, made Penumbra, the Penumbra series. It's the first games that feature the iconic mechanics and control scheme of what has become very popular in Amnesia. So, my story began in February year 2000. The difference with this game, is that its
For my part of
mechanics...
this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made.
I'll tell him later.
Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it. So when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time.
Right.
My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
So, yeah. We're heading off to see what our father was doing before he died. Finally, we're almost docked. I better stow my gear. I may be far from home, but chances are I can still pick things up using left mouse button, and I can take a closer look at things using the right mouse button. So yeah, being able to... Oh, so you right click is just sort of investigate button. I'm certain this map's a good decade or so out of date, but landmarks don't change much in Greenland, so I've got a pretty decent idea of where I'm heading. So yeah, like if you use the left mouse button, you can like grab stuff or pick stuff up. Always good to have a notebook in to jot down interesting information and reminders. P. I think I left my torch in the desk drawer next to the bed. It can be opened using left mouse on it, holding the button down, and moving the mouse. Yeah, so this is them trying to teach you how the mechanics work. So this is the first game that I'd ever seen. When I played this game, I'd never seen mechanics like this. I'd never seen a game where you could pick up items, move them around in your hand. Can you use... No, I don't know if you can... You can throw, like you can in Amnesia. Some Jake Anniels. Yeah, I'd never seen a game that had features like this. It was very revolutionary at the time. And then a few years later, Amnesia came out and like threw everyone for a loop. So I don't know how many people actually played these original Penumbra games. Yeah, physics objects that you could interact with and like punt around and stuff like that. Of course, Half-Life 2 had already come out at this point, and so physics-based stuff wasn't exactly new, but things like opening drawers and stuff and moving stuff with a mouse and being able to have control over the movement of these things was still sort of brand new to me. I'd only sort of played Half-Life 2 very recently, so not very many games had that kind of stuff in it. And this was made by a relatively small studio that was seemingly unknown. It's a rickety wooden disc. I can get that drawer open if I just hold... Yes, okay, we know that already. Yeah. Get that out of the way. So yeah, here's our flashlight. Before we grab that though, I would like to have a look at some things. Pretty odorous. Glad I'm getting out of here soon. They must eat and sleep and, well, do everything else in this one room for weeks at a time. Yeah. Playboy poster. Ah, it's nice some things don't change no matter how far you are from home. Yes. Alright, the flashlight switches on and off via the inventory tab, or, hopefully, with a shortcut key, if. Now, where's that emergency glow stick? Should still be in the locker. Keys in my inventory tab. So yeah, this felt really innovative at the time. Oh, there's a letter here. Dearest Eric, just a quick note before you set sail and leave me once again. I've left you a little something to remember me by in the chest at the foot of your bed. I really don't know why you still only have one bed on board. Taking shifts because of it is no way to get your rest. But what does the fisherman's wife know of a life at sea? I'll be praying every night for you to make the catch you need, so that you can come home to me safely, and soon. Please don't be gone for 5 weeks like last time. I know I might nag sometimes, but I do love you, you know. I've washed those overalls of yours. I know you'll get them covered in assorted fish parts in no time, but I still feel bitter knowing they've had a wash. Before I forget, the Henriksons in the village have asked me to see if you'll be coming by any trout, but I said they were mostly out of season. If you do happen upon any, don't say anything. Stow them well in the ice, and I'll do something special with them to celebrate when you come home to me. The ship's captain deserves a little special treatment once in a while. Take care, my love. Fisherman's wife's love letter. Yeah. Cool. I do enjoy it. Keys in the inventory. Yeah. I think they changed the way this inventory works a fair bit in the previous... like before Amnesia came out in the next Penumbra games. What the... Okay, well, whatever the case. Some batteries. Ah, some extra batteries to power my flashlight. Works exactly like the oil in Amnesia. Could come in handy if the torch runs out of batteries. I should be able to access it through my inventory, or with a shortcut G. That should be everything I need. I want to get going before dark, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I can press G and get out the glow stick. The glow stick lasts forever. It's an infinite torch. And F, of course, is the flashlight, which has temporary things. Yeah, glow stick works for your immediate surroundings, but has no length to it. So it's just an emergency light. As I stepped off the boat, setting out into the blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I'd been to the discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit first, but I lost the feeling in my extremities soon after. I knew hypothermia was setting in. I started looking for shelter. Yeah. So cold. Don't know where I am. Need shelter soon. Yeah. I believe that's a part of these games. My entire head went numb a long time ago. But I can still hear the wind roar. Okay, I couldn't read it in time. What the hell is this? I don't care, I need shelter. I need something to break in. Wait, do I have something in my inventory? No? Maybe I need something back here? I think it might not be in this Penumbra game, but in one of the Penumbra games. Oh wait, rocks, here we go. If I click and hold, yep, the rock. Cold made me weak, but I can still throw things using the examine button, right mouse, when carrying something, yeah. So yeah, you go like this, you throw it at that, break it, and then, nope, the other way, other way. Get in there. Yeah, so actually something that's interesting with this game is that, unlike the later Penumbra games, and unlike Amnesia, this game actually allows you to fight back against the enemies. But I'll show you why that doesn't change much in terms of the gameplay. Jesus, my head. I can't believe I fell that far and survived. They're looking around. Maybe I didn't. What is this place? Yeah. I should have known that rusty old ladder wouldn't hold my weight. I didn't have any choice. I'd rather die down here than suffer that cold any longer. Yeah. A heavy-looking wooden barrel. Could be something. Could be anything inside it. Okay. Empty boxes of ammunition. What is this place? Yeah, it's like a bunker of sorts. Oh, a steel rod. It's a wooden door. I hope it's open. No, it's not. I'm stuck. Or it's stuck, sorry. There must be something in the way. Yeah, so as I've said before, like, this game plays basically exactly the same as Amnesia. I've got a flare. And I get a hammer. Let's see, I can swing this hammer if I hold left mouse. Yes. I can make a backswing by pulling the mouse right, and then follow through by pushing left. Yeah. The opposite works too. Pulling back and then thrusting forward produces a stabbing motion. I reckon if I hold down right mouse after the backswing, I should be able to look around. I should still be able to look around, sorry. I don't know what it means by that. But we'll have a look. So if I go into my inventory and equip this, there we go. I have a little hammer in my hands now. So, the way this works is that, well, you got the hammer out, you can't interact with stuff, but you can swing. If you move the mouse in a direction, if you move the mouse to the right and then pull to the left, you can swing to that side, and the left and to the right, you know, same deal there, or like that. Yeah. But, while you're doing that, you can't look around, you know? You're stuck. Oh, okay, but you can do it like that, I see. So if you swing it up, and then you hold right mouse, you can look around. And then when you let go, you can... Oh my god, that's confusing. But yeah, it's really, really hard to hit stuff with that. You can fight the enemies by using the hammer or whatever. But... yeah, you can do stuff like that. You can break stuff. If there's like wooden objects, you can like break them with the hammer. Not everything, of course. But I think there is stuff hidden in some of these things. You can break those, and oh, I definitely saw that behind it was something. I don't see it anymore. Wait, if I put the hammer away, there it is, flare. So you can find stuff behind things by breaking them with the hammer. You can also attack the enemies by smacking them with a hammer. The problem is that the enemies move pretty fast, and they run at you, and trying to swing with this little old hammer is pretty hard. You can't move any faster than a walk. Oh no, you can actually sprint. You can sprint. But if you're trying to walk backwards, you can only walk a sort of normal walking pace backwards. And it doesn't work, basically. Unless you're very clever with how you attack them. You're not going to be killing any enemies with this hammer. Can I just move it? It says it's falling apart. Let's try this again. It definitely looks like I can get behind it. The hole's been boarded up a long time ago. The wood looks pretty soft now. Yeah, can I move these? Is there a shortcut key for... I don't know if there is a shortcut key for the hammer. Oh, I can move the metal one out of the way. I was trying to move the other shelf out of the way and I couldn't. But yeah, here we go. Now if I get my... Can I get my thing out? No, I have to... Okay, I have to equip it. Can I... Oh, there we go. Cool. So if I press X, I holster. And if you press R, you can go into interact mode, which makes it work... It makes the controls really weird. I wouldn't use that. Just use the standard controls. There we go. Now we can go round. We can avoid the door altogether. Oh jeez, what was that? Oh? This is above that previous room. Looks like some kind of industrial mechanism. Though there's a hole in the center and no way to operate it. Yeah, there'll be a... Oh wait, no, I'll just holster this and move this. The hatch is seriously solid. It won't open by hand. Someone obviously wanted to keep people out or in. Yeah. That was weird. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. Oh, this was the door that I couldn't get through. Yep. Okay, makes sense. Oh, is that what the rod is? Is that what that's for? There we go. Oh, I see. I was like, what am I missing? I forgot about the rod that I picked up earlier. There we go. That opens the little gate here, which was just being attacked by something. Whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by 2 solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets. Emergency services at the end of the phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers, all there if something goes wrong, part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me, friends, parents, teachers, were too scared or too far away. Yeah. This game has an interesting layout way it works. This doesn't have the... Oh, there could be anything living down here. Heroics are for Hollywood actors and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against anything down here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my only defenses now. If anyone or anything hears me, I'd be best off staying low and out of sight until I know whether or not it's the threat. It's a threat. Crouching by pressing left control will give me the chance to hide in the shadows, yeah. I'll know if I've got it right because of the blue tint in my vision. Yeah, that's right. Plus, I should be quiet enough that I won't be heard unless something's right on top of me. Better remember to shut off any light sources, though. Yeah, so if you go like this, and your vision's blue like this, there we go. My best bet is to hide for a couple of seconds or so, perfectly still. That'll make me properly hidden. So yeah, when you're like this, when you're in a blue zone, you're hidden but not well hidden, like that. If you sit still, and then it goes like that, you know that you're 100% hidden. Unless something touches you, basically, they're not going to see you. Yeah, so that's how this game works. The enemies in this game are a little different to any other enemies in the rest of the games. Yeah. I think I'm in the northern area? No, I'm at the southern area. I see. So to the left we've got an office, and to the right we have storage. I don't remember when or where the enemies start coming into play. But this game has enemies throughout. This game's actually one of the hardest of the Penumbra games, if I recall correctly. Must be old if they were still using paraffin lamps. Looks like there's still some juice left. I don't need it. Okay, we're at the office. We're at the office. Ooh. Oh, this is one of those weird objects that acts as a save spot. So yeah, this game has save points. You can't just save anywhere. A man, an old man, clutching something unseen. He is strange, and yet he is no stranger. Never seen before, still I know. This man before me is Howard. I call him father. What the hell? What just happened? I don't know if it was such a good idea. If that was such a good idea. Yeah. So there a save spot. Oh god, so much writing. Oof. Do I read this? This actually helps us, I believe, understand something about the area. Backstrin. Yeah, so basically what we need to do is I think we need to make an explosive. I feel like, because I'm only playing this as a one-off, like I don't know if I should read all these. I don't know if it's worthwhile. Copenhagen Post. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna read the previous one. I'll read it. Command Bunker Emergency Airstrip Zulu. Weekly report. Another unremarkable week in Greenland. Regular supply shipment received. Standard emergency drills carried out. Routine runway maintenance completed. I have ordered maintenance be carried out twice weekly from here on in, due to increased snowfall. 1 wounded. The 1 wounded figure is no cause for concern back in London. The Germans haven't extended their front line by 4,000 miles. 2 of my men were caught manufacturing cherry bombs in our workshop armory, and succeeded in blowing off a couple of fingers. I take partial responsibility for this, and that I allowed them access to the demolitions manual we keep in the storage room. And I'm sure that's where they learnt the ingredients. As a precautionary measure, I have now locked up that manual in the chest in my office, and will keep the key on my person at all times. Needless to say, both men have been disciplined, and the injured man has been sent home for medical care. I cannot help but think that a more suitable punishment would have been for him to stay out here, but the matter is out of my hands. The space is so disconnected sometimes, I feel as if this war could end, and we might not even hear about it out here. Pretty much. It's not far off the truth. Supplies requisition order. Dynamite for excavation purposes, 7 bayonets, not necessary in my opinion, but procedure states we should have a full complement. 1 industrial ice pick, for removing the damn ice that forms on the external hatch. 1 pair of reading glasses, category 7C. An order for myself, my glasses are in rather poor state of repair and could do with replacing. Reconditioning of the mine continues to progress. The structure is being fortified from potential bomb damage, and excavation of previously caved-in areas is going ahead. 1 point of curiosity is some kind of archaeological find, an artifact buried in the earth, and discovered by one of the work teams. Later this evening, after martial duty, I shall take a closer look at the artifact. It appears to be man-made, and may have working parts inside. I shall remove what looks like the front cover and see if I can't discover the source of the light which constantly emanates from it. Chief, NCO M. Major. And then we have this other one from Copenhagen Post. Psychotropic deposits at the bottom of Death Mine. Wow, what a name. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen have suggested that mind-altering chemicals naturally sown into the rock may be the cause of high suicide rates at a Greenland mine. The university, which has recently been conducting studies into isolated communities, first became interested in the workers of the northwestern lead mine last year. They discovered that even taking into account Greenland's naturally higher suicide rate, local figures for the past 100 years were abnormally high, at 46 deaths per 100,000 populace, compared to the national average of 29. On further investigation, experts diagnosed, in many of the miners, symptoms in common with the earlier stages of paranoid schizophrenia. This has prompted researchers to hypothesize that natural deposits of lysergic acid, a pH 4 formula recently discovered to have hallucinogenic properties, may be present in the rocks. Few locals were conducive to interview, but those who agreed to speak had their own explanation. Inuit spirits, known as the Turngate, live in the mountains. The university is awaiting the results of a chemical testing studies continue. Alright, so we have the key. We have the key he was talking about in his message. So yeah, that acts as a save space. Seemingly it doesn't tell you that, but I know it for a fact. It's a picture of a British platoon. It must date back to World War II. I suppose this mine was converted into some kind of bunker. Basically, yep. If I'm not mistaken, it's part bunker, part something else that you'll find out later. What's this? Beef jerky. Not without aroma. That's health, if I'm not mistaken. It might also attract certain enemies, now that I think about it. Oh, can I use this? Okay, so that was what the small key was for. So the key that we actually need might be on his corpse, if it's around here somewhere. Big Book of Explosives. Oh, this is the explosive book that we were looking for. Chapter 1.3, Black Match Fuse. The Black Match Fuse is one of the oldest, simplest, and most reliable fuses used in modern pyrotechnics. It is easy to create, essentially consisting of just string and gunpowder, but be warned, the chemicals concerned will stain clothing, and as always, due concern is advised. Materials required: string, preferably cotton, black gunpowder, and Baxtrin. We just picked up the Baxtrin on the table before. The string should be coated with a thin layer of Baxtrin which acts as an adhesive. The string is then carefully rolled in the gunpowder and left to dry at least a couple of minutes before use. Chapter 2.1, Dynamite. Do we actually need dynamite? I don't remember. Oh yeah, because that's the fuse part, and then this is the dynamite part. Invented by Alfred Nobel. Dynamite is commonly used in construction, mining, demolition. Yeah. Basically, we need to make some things. Ticks unreadable and then simply form into short sticks and wrap in paper. 1 part diatomaceous earth, 3 parts nitroglycerin, small amount of sodium carbonate. Yeah, so it's showing some of the history of these things. We might have to make this for something. Red phosphorus and barium makes Armstrong's mixture, which is like a sort of a incredibly volatile mix that's, you know, likely to kill you if you try and make it. Sulfur can substitute for some or all of the barium to slightly decrease sensitivity. Oh, okay. Well, that might become useful later, so I didn't bother to read all of that last part. Oh, got some painkillers. That's definitely related to health. Got some more beef jerky. Whatever the case, we have to walk back out here. Yeah, as I said, I don't know when... Oh god, is there something else down here? I can't wait, just wait here for whatever's around the corner. Need to hide. Yep. So, this game doesn't have insanity, but what it does have... Yeah, but not steer it out. Anything with my field of vision might panic me, and then I'm a goner. So, this game doesn't have insanity. What it has instead is that if you look at the enemy, if you look at the dogs in this case, your character starts to panic. And the panic makes noise. So when you make noise, the enemy is more likely to be able to see you or hear you. So I've got to work my way around the enemy. Once again, by not staring at it too much. But because the enemy is a type of dog, you know, okay, as I thought, they move a lot faster than you. And if I'm crawling, or if I'm crouched and moving, even more so, it's likely that, it'll be moving faster than me. I don't remember much about where the enemies are in this game, or, you know, how exactly the enemies chase you or whatever. So, this is gonna be fun. I feel like I can hear something through this door here. Freaking me out. Is it reams of wiring? Okay. I don't like the creaky floor. It's a Zippo lighter, but it's empty. Oh. Yeah, I could use that to light the fuse. The work of either a child or a deranged mind. Yeah, I hear chattering. Something that I know, and I knew when I first started playing this game, is that this game does not feature any NPCs. So, just hedge your bets before deciding that you're gonna learn, you know, that you're gonna have anything happen through there. When I say it has no NPCs, what I actually mean is that there's no... You never see another person. Can I open this door? Okay, I feel relatively safe here. We've got another save point. It was different, but the same that time. Like I had more control, but over what? Yeah, the character doesn't know what the hell those are, but we know. Well, I know. I knew. Oopsies. Yeah, what's that for? Get out my glow stick, make things a little bit easier to see. If I just take all these rocks out of here. Oh, there's something underneath it, I see. Oh. Cool. Oh, I don't like that. It's exclusively in my left ear. Don't like that at all. It's always a good idea to look around stuff, just like in Amnesia. They often hide little things. It looks as if the basement caved in some years ago. Something's tunneled through here more recently, though. Christ, what sort of creature makes these markings? And strange webs. Christ, was that a spider? I don't like spiders. Just get my hammer out real quick. Did that just save the game? Weird. A horrible sight. Luckily it's mummified, or else the smell would have been awful. Yeah. Oh. Right, put that away. Day 1. Scientific findings 1. I begin this record still in the hope that the great work we have undertaken here might one day be of scientific value, despite the chaos which has ensued in the 6 hours previous. My aim is to remain secure, until what help there may be arrives, and to that end I have barricaded myself into a small workshop area in the abandoned part of the mine. I hope that the meager food rations here will keep me alive, and that those I hide from will not jeopardize that. Perhaps this mine really is cursed. It's almost precisely 30 years since the incident that brought us here, and now 30 years on, fate has struck again. So, 30 years seems to be a recurring motif. I forecasted that today the rescue crews would arrive, but I can only hypothesize that they would be unaware of my location, and hence busy themselves evacuating the other survivors. If they have not arrived by tomorrow, I will go out and search for them. 3 days after that, my first mistake was to make assumptions on the matter of rescue. My second mistake was to make assumptions on the safety of this mine. My third mistake was to act on both these assumptions in going outside of my safe haven. My best estimate is that I left the workshop where I was secured about 2 days ago in search of aid, and I have found only danger. I approached the old living quarters, but curiously could find no signs of life whatsoever. I returned in what I thought was the direction from which I had come, but soon found myself in an unfamiliar locale. Confused but focused, I attempted to make my way home, but found myself threatened by some species of feral creature, which seemed to have made this old mine its home. Though the specimen bore significant interest to me, I chose to retreat, only to find myself outmaneuvered and outnumbered by the beasts. I turned and ran, injuring my ankle in the process, which I believe now is most likely a sprain rather than a fracture. For some time I cowered and fled into the dark, but a few hours ago I discovered a door leading to a smaller, disused part of the mine, the key for which I still have in my pocket. Within that area I discovered the storeroom, and I think it should keep me safe for some time. This place is a maze. My lesson learnt, I will not venture out again until I am certain the area is safe. Day 19. Many days later. Rescue seems increasingly unrealistic. Supplies diminishing. Lots of spiders in this place. I do not like spiders. Once again, like 15 days later. I caught one of their cursed 8-legged beasts nestling in my open mouth when I woke up this morning. In my surprise, I swallowed it. It's not so much the act of swallowing which concerns me, but the genus of arachnid. It would be unlikely that a cave-dwelling spider would be venomous to any significant degree, but the possibility troubles me all the same. The next day, any unknown venom would have affected me by now, and so today is the first minor cause for celebration I've had since the incident. By lucky coincidence, this revelation also means I have discovered a virtually inexhaustible supply of nutrition. I intend to venture into the basement beneath the storeroom in the name of science and discover more about these creatures' natural habitat. A little while later, for 4 days now I have been surviving solely off the quite considerable sustenance provided by the spiders. For some time I was struggling to gather enough of the crunchy little morsels. However, Lady Luck smiled on me once more when the batteries in my torch died and I made a second life-saving finding. The creature's natural habitat is the dark. With my light now diminished, I need only lie still for a few minutes and I will have attracted enough of the beasts for a rather hearty meal. Oh. Just disgusting. Dry, dusty old bags. Oh, I thought they were eggs. So, having this light out will mean that they won't come near me? The steam could blister from flesh from bone in an instant. I know, I've seen it happen. Can I turn off the steam then? Oh? Piece of ladder? Can't grab it, no? Okay. Oh, wait. Put this away. There we go. Where do I actually need that? I'll go find where I need to put that first. It certainly looks to me like I need to take this back outside. Do I need it just to get back out here? Might do. There we go. Sweet. So now we can get out of there, but now I need something to stop the steam. I wonder if I can sneak through here. Like, wait for the steam to stop. And then get through. Ow. I still got hurt by some of it. Oh god. How many more pages? Jesus Christ, so much text. Day 71. So this is actually after the previous text. My earlier assumptions on the benign nature of my cellmates may have been made in error. After a careful autopsy, I'm concerned that there may be a small volume of natural chemicals stored in the stomach, which, if ingested regularly over a period of time, may become psychotropic, or even lethal. My only real chance is to break out of here and raid any stashes of supplies I can find. However, the evidence against such a move is insurmountable. I have no source of light. I swore to myself I wouldn't leave until I heard human voices outside. The spiders are so tasty. From the marks I've been making on the walls and my scribbled diary entries, which in the dark may amount to an illegible scrawl, today is the 100th day of my new life. Over the past month, my edible friends have become more and more aggressive, and have swelled in number and size. Whether or not this is a result of my plundering their ecosystem, I am unsure. However, at this rate of growth, they will soon be too large to crawl through the gaps in the walls. For all I know, I could only be seeing the tip of the iceberg. If all fails, and I'm never recovered, I hope at least that my study of, and indeed involvement with, these fascinating creatures will one day be regarded as an important part of natural history. Important point, in natural history. The greatest names in modern science got there more through fluke than talent, and it appears that this rule has extended itself to my discovery of this delicious new species. I only pray that the second rule deems my breakthrough too insignificant, for all great discoveries tend to consume their inventor. Ah, right. Yep. Literally in this case, right? If it went for the size of the pieces, I would say it looks like eggshells. Yeah. Gross. Ow. Let's have a look. I'm still pretty healthy, despite getting steamed. Steamed hams. Oh. Do I have a key for that lock? Or can I break it with a hammer? There we go. I thought I might be able to. What's this? Fluid lighter gas. Oh, right. So that's for this? No, this? So if I go like that? There we go. Filled up and ready to burn. Yeah. I believe that's not for me to just use. Oh, it's sardines. Or something like that. It's not just for me to use. It's an item that we need for a puzzle later on. Got a box. Oh, here's the steam valve. Yep, there we go. So now the steam shouldn't hurt me anymore. So was that all that was down here? Oh. Okay. So yeah, now we got our lighter. And now, I think someone's been dragged through here. Never seen this much blood before. That was my best chance to get some answers. Who else is still down here? Yeah. So, as I was saying, you don't see him. You hear him. You hear the whispering and the chattering and stuff like that. But you don't actually see him. Pencil. Key. Old. Oh no, that was old key. And this is Spider Hater's note. So he's turned his opinion around on them, has he? Day 200. It has been some time since I recorded any findings in relation to the spiders, with whom I had shared my existence for the past 8 months, partly due to my enforced retreat from their basement territory. Not too long ago, their behavior became overtly aggressive, and so I have attempted to barricade the main entrance to their lair, and secure myself within one of the smaller rooms above it, the only one with an operational door lock. The other reason is that I have been recovering from a minor operation, which I was forced to conduct on myself, without the aid of anesthetic. Even if I did have any anesthetic or surgical tools, I couldn't afford to be less than diligent in my work, so anesthetic was out. It was out of the question. Surgical tools are all well and good, but, although it may be becoming old and rusty, I still trust my penknife to do the job just as well. The procedure itself was elementary enough, a simple amputation of a non-vital organ. I began to notice a thick, glue-like substance forming on my tongue, and was forced to accept that it had become infected through constant toxin ingestion. 100 days later. Another century of days comes and goes, It seems like so long since I escaped here. At some stage since my last entry, I attempted to return from whence I came. That from which I originally was fleeing seems a fate far worse than the one I now face. However, in the time since I arrived from the larger mind system, a cave-in has occurred, blocking any further progress. I was forced to return and accept whatever end life has in store for me. I still hear my aggressive little friends scratching on the door to my cell. Yep. I still hear them as well. Can I open this door? I can. What's in here? His tongue. The tongue he cut out. So even if we were able to talk to him, we wouldn't have been able to hear anything of him, you know. The largest spider I've ever seen, with its gut carved open. Yeah, that's the research the guy was doing. That's when he discovered there was a toxin in it, I think. Okay, what's through here? A hole in the wall. Oh, couple more pieces of beef jerky. And a hole in the wall. This hole isn't large enough for a man. Not that I'd go anywhere near it, even if it was. What burrowed out of this tunnel? Yeah. And how did it drag him through there? Whatever the case, let's just leave. I think I've found everything that I can in this area. I don't think there's any more to it. Alrighty, let's get back out here. Where do I go from here, though? Turn that off. Thankfully, I believe the dogs in this game don't have a sense of smell. So as long as you're not visible, you're fine. He's around there somewhere. So am I able to get through the door at the end there? I don't know if I can. Wait, is that noise I'm hearing not in here around near me? It might be through one of these walls here. I found a locked door in the middle of the mine. Here we go. Can I use this? There we go. Thank God. But actually that might have been, that area back there might have been safe. It might be this area that has the animals. Once again though, it sounds like it's back behind me. Okay. Let's block the door. Definitely sounds like he's coming to the door. Yep. Well, he broke the door. Never mind, I guess. I remember a trick to this was you can have them in the peripheral of your vision. If you like, just look at them through the peripheral. You didn't panic. See, this game worked kind of like the complete opposite of the way that Amnesia works. You want to stay in the dark as much as possible in this game. I've got him in the very corner of the screen. The thing with this game is if you, at least in this first game, it's a bit different in Penumbra Black Plague. In this particular game, if you start running, the dogs run faster than you. So if you start running, they will bite at your heels as you run away from them. And you just have to hope that you get to a door, or else you're done. I don't remember how I get past this guy, honestly. Because he's in a lit up area of the cave. And he seems to just be wandering back and forth. Maybe I can get around him. No, he's totally gonna turn around. Oh. I'm in a bad area. I'm in a bad spot. Shit. He's right there. Oh. Please don't come this way. I'm in the dark again. Okay. Oh god. Okay. I don't think he's the only one. I believe there's another one around here somewhere. Can I get in here? No. Just wonderful. So this is the workshop. There's a little hidey hole here if you want to hide away from the dogs. Yeah, so just like in Amnesia, things like the barrels can impede the movement of the enemies, but does not stop them. Here's the cave-in. The shaft's caved in here. Could have happened some years ago. I shouldn't be risking my life like this. The whole facility could come down around me here. Still, if I want to press on, I have to clear this obstruction somehow. There must be something left here I could use. Maybe there is still some industrial explosives lying around. Hence we got the Buxine or Buxtine. Oh, what's this? I love my workshop. It is too great a hunting ground to let... Okay, it's 218. Sorry, 2148. And yet, Red's mind is working somewhat backwards today. Ah, backwards. Okay, so 8412. Yep, okay. I get it. 8412. Okay. 8412. There we go. See, that's a much better puzzle. I was playing Layers of Fear earlier, and there was a combo puzzle, and I was very disappointed with the solution. Because I was trying to do a solution just like that one, a little bit like that one at least, and it was much less much more just like not a puzzle at all. It just gives you numbers and you just type them in. This must be tied to what's going on here. If I keep experimenting, I might discover something useful or have a heart attack. Yeah. So this episode's running quite long, but I'm gonna try and... Oh, ooh, I picked something up. Oh, that was a cotton string. Oh, nice. This needs to go in the Buxine. Oopsies. There we go. Soaked in Baxtrin. Sorry, Baxtrin. So the gunpowder should stick, or rather, I should really pray the gunpowder sticks. Yeah. Yeah, so we got soaked cotton string. Yeah, the puzzle in that game was comparatively very simple. I mean, this was a pretty simple puzzle, but it was a little nicer, a little bit more like an actual puzzle. Just a tiny bit. Oh, did that autosave again? Okay, well I'm not going to go that way then. Also, there's a save thing right here, so... if I need to, I can save. Oh. I was like, there's something under those rocks. Oh, it's the pick. Yay! This is basically Hammer 2.0. Oh, there we go. So now, instead of having the hammer there, you use the axe. Nope. Oh, take it off first. There we go. Now when I press 1, I have the axe. Works in exactly the same way as the hammer. Okay, actually I can get my glow stick out now. But yeah, it's same as a hammer, except it's more powerful. Okay, so I'm gonna go until once we blow up the cave-in, then we'll call it there. And hopefully I won't die. Is this the part with the spiders? Too strong? Okay, can't break those boards. Oh, it's electrified, I see. Put that away. Pick that up. Ooh. Okay. That's weird. Okay, let's just look at this. It'll probably add a... Nope, it doesn't add a note. An electric fence, and it's been put up recently. I'd better find a way to get over. Oh, I see. I was like, how do I turn the power off? But no, I get it, I get it. I'll just check that I can't... I'll put the hammer on 2. So if I go like this... Okay, it just needed an extra hit. Damn it. Oh, okay. I can grab these boards under here. Okay, good. We'll use these boards. Eh. Okay. Oh, I still got electrocuted as I went over. Ow. I'm still alright though. Oh, there we go. That's better. Oof. Ouch. Explosives. Ah, that's more like it. Locked. Damn it. How am I gonna get in there now? Door looks very weak and... Oh. Very weak and old. Oh, okay. There we go. Perfect. Put that away. These are bombs. I'm not gonna drop that. Put it down very carefully. Got some painkillers. Here we go. Some dynamite. Perfect. So we have the dynamite and we have, perfect, a gunpowder keg. There's only a small hole at the top though, not big enough to reach in. So we can't like get it out, but we can put this in. Oh, okay. Never mind then. The hole's too small for that as well. There we go. Dry gunpowder, that's what I needed. There you go. Now we've got... Right, with any luck, 1 fuse ready to go. Yeah, so we've got the, I forget what that kind of fuse is called, but it's a fuse there, ready to go. Do I put this with that? No, okay. No, I think I put this in the hole, in the, like, hole over by the cave-in, and I lead the gunpowder-laden string along from it. Don't need this battery for anything? Oh, I guess that's that. Alrighty, let's go and blow up this cave-in. Oh, that was the workshop. Oh, I haven't been to the explosives area yet. Northern area. I think the dynamite I have is a small dynamite, a small explosive device. And that I need to go to the explosives area to get a proper explosive. Okay. Oh. Shit. That's totally going to alert the dog, isn't it? I should have known from the 1 on it that it was a usable item. Shit. I need to get past this dog here. And I need to get over to the right-hand side of the room here. Good thing I think he's going that way right now. Yeah, he is. Perfect. Yeah, so here we have the explosives. Here's the TNT that we need. Okay. Yeah, TNT. Could have been used for mining operations, but I don't see a fuse. Yeah, I've made the fuse. Unfortunately, we now have to carry this across. Oh, he's looking in my direction now. I hate the waiting game this game makes you play. Thankfully, the hiding mechanism is pretty simple in this game. Oh, thank God, okay. Whew. Alrighty. We can bring the TNT to here. I was sure that the dynamite was going to lure the dog over here. But, there we go. And now we use the fuse on this. I really wish I could save it right now. We'll grab the lighter. Where's the lighter? Here it is. Use it with that. That will certainly alarm the dog. Surely. Yeah, there we go. He's just like, oh, it's all good. He doesn't know what the hell happened. But I'm amazed he didn't, like, run to it. He just wandered over to it. You only ever really panic if the enemy is right in your vision. So as long as you keep them in the peripherals of your vision, the enemies don't don't panic you. So you can still see where they are and not worry too much about that. But yeah, we made it through the little hole. When I look back, I can't think of what spurred me to go deeper into the mine. Perhaps it was arrogance at still being alive. Or something as ridiculous as facing adversity and coming out on top. Now, I know that I would have been better off starving, or being mauled to death, than kickstarting the chain of events that led me to end up here writing to you. I just hope, once you understand my story, you will have what's necessary to put an end to this tale. I certainly didn't. It's a classic story where it's being told from our character's perspective, but it's from the future. Now, I want to save it. Where can I save it? Okay, let's move that out of the way. I feel like I'm still in danger at the moment. Power room. Let's just check. Oh. The noises down here are so alien compared to the way sound travels on the surface. That rockfall almost sounded organic, like rocks screaming, did it say? Let's just go into the power room real quick. Close that. Backup system for electricity. I think it might be part of it. This might be part of it. Okay. Oh, thank God. Here we go. Saving the game. It feels as if I'm leaving my body for just a moment, but not just hovering around. It's like I go someplace. What are these things? Yeah. Okay, so, next time. I don't know if did I start like that? I think I forgot to do the Rorius' Week of Horror at the start, but whatever the case. If you want to see more of this game, let me know in the comments, let me know on Discord. I'm keen to play more of this. I've been meaning to play Penumbra on the channel for a long time. It just seemed perfect that I could give it a start in this Week of Horror. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm keen to give this a further play. I'm keen to do a full playthrough of the whole Penumbra series, as well as Amnesia. Whatever the case, if you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. Hopefully this episode isn't too long. I've been recording for an hour and a half now. I thought that getting to this stage in the game was not particularly far in, so I felt like it was a good place to stop. But whatever the case, we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching, and as always,